Hello, we are the
Real Marketing Mavens.
And thank you for joining us today. I'm Margie Yon.
I'm Barb Kaufman.
And we're here to empower you through discussion in personal development,
Marketing planning,
and timely personal. Well, they could be personal, but pertinent business topics.
And personal if you have something that you want to overcome in business.
That's right. So we welcome you to the show. And if you have any questions or comments, visit our website at realmarketingmavens.com. We have contact information there. You can contact us at margie@realmarketingmavens.com or barb@realmarketingmavens.com.
That's the email right there.
All right. So let's get started. Today's topic is a big one.
Yeah, it's digging deeper.
Nope.
Digging deeper.
Determining your ideal client.
Oh, yes. So how do you do that? You do it by creating a persona. Mm-hmm. And what is a buyer's persona? It's a fictional representation of who your ideal client is. And it's based on a lot of research that you've done, both qualitative and quantitative. And it's created by research, surveys, your own target audience that you see, interviewing your client that comes through the door. And don't forget your trades. A lot of information from your trade organizations of people. They have a lot of personas that they have accumulated over the years.
That's right. And for instance, I'm in real estate. So my main persona is the 55 plus baby boomers.
Oh.
And since I have honed down on that, my business has increased a great deal because I'm speaking to them through my marketing, talking to them. I know where they're hanging out. I know what they're doing, where they're traveling. I know a lot about my ideal client. Yep. So, you know, the reason being that I want my marketing to speak to them.
That is correct. You've looked into their background. What are their roles in life? What relevant information? Age, their gender, their income levels. There's a whole commodity of information that you can get on individual people. And what makes them tick? What are the words that you can get to them?
Yes. So a phrase that is common in what I do is there's riches in the niches. You speak
riches in the niches?
Yep. You're speaking to everyone, or you're trying to speak to everyone, and you end up speaking to no one because your message is too general. It doesn't hit the key point of what your buyer might want.
Oh, wow. So, okay.
Lots of information that you can glean yourself, and then you might have to do some research. I mean, you surely should know the age, your area, where you want to target. Restaurants especially are great with demographics as far as targeting an area. Like, certainly there are restaurants that draw in people from out of the area, but most of like your cafes or your smaller restaurants, most of their clientele is coming from within 5 miles.
Okay, that's
so, you know, take a look at who's coming in. What's the common factors?
Yeah, that would be like, how do they spend their time? What media do they use? I mean, for an older demographic, I'm sure they like to look at a newspaper and hold it in their hand and read it and drink their coffee. Would be the older but you see my kids in their 20s and 30s, they're in here, and they even watch their TV through their cell phone, everything.
I do too.
You do too. Okay.
Do.
And what do they eat? What do they drink? What videos do they play? There's a whole different outline of what people do that you can do to reach them.
Yeah. Great example. clients that you work with, construction companies, they have very specific demographics.
Yes, depending on what kind of construction, is it B2B or B2C? You look at income. You look, if it's B2B, what's the title of the person that you want to reach? Could be a director of operations, vice president of operations, could be the nursing person if it's a hospital or a senior living, because senior living, that a lot of the homes now are going into continuing care.
Yeah.
So you have the independent living, personal care strata, and then you might need hospitalization.
Skilled nursing.
Nursing.
Yeah. So you really need to, know your ideal client for sure. And as far as storefronts, that's another great place where you can actually gather the data.
Oh yeah,
It's an easier, they're coming right in. So you should train your front staff to ask some questions.
Like we talked about last week about sales versus marketing. When people come in with sales, they need to have the information from marketing. Here's what we're doing, here's who we're targeting. They can follow up as they talk to the people and do in-house surveys, in-house research. And that really hones in you. That's the best research there is, because they're actually they're held hostage.
Yeah, they're there.
They're hostage in my store, whatever.
Yeah, well, if you're a cashier, like there's some simple data they can gather, like ages or guest ages and what brought them into the store. What are you looking for?
And look at what you put in for every different app that you get on your cell phone, or even these store discount cards.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh, you're giving your name, your birth, your email, your address. You are giving them information.
You really are. Yeah. You're getting a discount, but they're actually gleaning more information than you.
Oh my gosh, they're scanning the product in the grocery store, and they know you buy XYZ product, and they know that's what you like. So you get a coupon for that.
Yeah.
As when you.
Good for the next shopping spree.
Well, it was funny. Here's a side story. I had a bridal shower, a baby shower this past weekend, and they had an app where you purchased the item, and since the mother to be is from another state and she couldn't fly back with all this stuff, you would just order it and it's going to be shipped to her house. So yesterday during the whole shower thing, I look, and all of a sudden I got all this stuff about how to baby protect my house, all the different things that you can get to save the child, plug covers, all sorts of things. I'm sitting and I looked at her and I said, thanks a lot. Of course,
you might need that someday.
Oh, I could, yeah. Grandparent, nothing else. But yes, now they're stalkertizing me.
Oh,
we talked about that, yes. So they have information from me now, so they know there's a baby there somewhere. And not by usual means.
So there's many ways, and we did talk about this, I think, in our first episode, our marketing toolbox of targeting to your ideal clients.
And that's very important, because you want to hone in. You don't want to just shotgun the approach. You want to make sure that it is targeted. And you can do that with your traditional media. If for instance, it's a construction company that does a lot of churches. There's a lot of religious stations. And so you can target your message to morning religious services, sponsored by or whatever. Or they do a lot of senior living or professional offices. Well, what is a business person looking at? We have the Super Bowl coming up, which is also the Super Bowl of advertising. I always get excited. I don't know who's playing the game, but I do watch the ads. But they are targeted. Golf for a very upper income individual. And we play golf, so we try. So you look at those different things and you can target, but then you get into your digital, and boy, you can really hone in on there.
You can too with direct mail. You can't believe amount of information is stored about people, like if they own a pool, what their income is, their housing value, what kind of cars they drive, do they use credit cards. It's just an unending amount of information, behavioral information even. Are they hikers? Do they donate to nonprofits? I mean, it's just unending the amount of information out there about all of us. So,
And you said nonprofits, and in the future, find a nonprofit that you really believe in and you sponsor them. And they'll help you with your public relations aspects, because they're going to put out that XYZ company helped us.
yeah.
And that helps you. So
Yeah. So, you just have to look around, and we have lots of ideas.
oh yes, we're full of it.
So, but one important thing you want to make sure you do is you want to make sure your marketing is working. And the only way you can do that is to measure your success and your return on investment.
Do not fail to ask, where did you hear about us? And a lot of people now are saying, where did you hear about us? Oh, I Googled you. Well, they could have Googled you, but did they hear about you first? You need to.
Yeah, they might not have
ask.
actually Googled your business name. They might have Googled a keyword
Right.
and found you.
Mm-hmm.
So that would be important to know, don't you think?
Oh,
the
yeah, your
keyword they
keywords
use
and
to search.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That's a future thing that we have to talk about, because Google is always changing their algorithm. And there's another one coming this month.
Oh, no.
So I'll research that more so that we're ready for it.
Okay. So, and even on direct mail, you can do some measuring of success. You can put a QR code on it that when they scan it, you can track that.
Oh, I love QR codes. QR codes started in Japan in the late 1980s. And it wasn't until we had this wonderful pandemic a couple of years ago that people started using them.
Yeah, they really did.
And they blew up. But they've been around for...
They have been around for a while. I know the postal system really likes them. So if you do direct mail and you want to do QR codes, that's a great thing. Sometimes they even do specials. Discounted
really?
specials, yeah.
Oh, wow.
So you can also do your mailing keyed to a phone number. So you know that somebody called you from that particular ad. Or a lot of times what I do is put little tiny secret numbers on a coupon.
Oh, definitely.
So
And the other thing I do is when I sign up for things on the internet is I change my name. Like it would be BEBR.
Oh, I do that too.
And then when I get something, then I can see where it came from. I know where the list was.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I do little things like that.
Yep. So there's a lot of we have tons of ideas for that too, don't
Yeah,
we?
we do.
So why do we want to know all this stuff?
Because you want to speak to your client direct. You want to speak in their speak, and the words they know, words they understand.
Yeah.
You want to know them inside and out, so that when they come in, you know what makes them tick, and you can say, it's like a doctor. You go into a doctor, and you're sitting there, and he comes back with the results, and he's looking at his chart. And all he has to do is go, and all of a sudden he has a blank check, because you're going to say, why did you go? You got to make me well.
Yeah.
So we want to make your client sick and then make them well.
Oh,
and you want them to come to you for whatever that product is.
Yeah, we want them to be faithful clients too, so we want
Faithful
to give
clients.
them good service.
I call them advocates. I want them
Yep.
to go out and advocate for me.
Yeah, and come back to you always for what they need, because they know they're going to get what they want because you're speaking their language.
Right, and with the service and that they expect.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So now it's time for
The Maven's Hot Flash. Ooh.
where we're going to share one of our best professional tips to help you towards success. So you had a good one about when you're asked to speak at an event, for instance.
Ah, yes. Before entering to get into my right mind, I stand up like Superwoman
Oof.
with my arms on my hands on my hips, and just
Proudly showing our
showing
branding.
and yes, showing our branding, and just strike a Superman pose because I want to empower myself.
Yes. Take a deep breath.
And then before I go in, I slap my hands,
Scare the audience
scare
away.
the eyes, because that sting goes through you, and you're ready to go.
I like it.
Yes.
So that's a good professional tip. So please visit our website at realmarketingmavens.com and come out. Our podcast today will be posted on Tuesdays at noon. Our podcasts are posted, and next week we are doing GPS for business. So many ways to reach us. Let's talk about some real stories, real results, real wins, where we share a story, and we would really like you to participate in this, sharing your stories, your results, and your wins.
Yeah, so please send them in. Put them in. You'll see there's an area on the contact page.
Yep.
And you can write your little story. We can keep it confidential if you don't want your names used. That's no problem. But we'll just use the story.
That's right.
And the names have been changed to protect the innocent.
Speaking of protecting the innocent, you were working with someone who was an electrician.
Yes.
And
Still am after all these years. But I met him at the end of 1 year. And by June, from what we did with his marketing, and you assisted with it, he got the Small Business Award
yeah,
for the Chamber of Commerce.
that was a big deal. That was a profile raiser because, again, then the chamber in turn did some marketing.
They did, yeah.
I mean,
did
not
the
direct
promotion,
marketing,
yeah.
but put his name out there.
And his electric company can be B2B or B2C.
Mm.
So for the business to business community, he was front and center.
Good.
For a
Yeah, that's a
while.
big deal.
Mm-hmm.
So anytime you can get a chance for free public relations, good
Public
deal.
relations. Yeah, I was thinking press release. Never mind. Press release is free.
Yeah.
Public relations does. That's another topic for
Well, in
another
this case, it
time.
was free for him, wasn't it?
It was free for him. Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we have on our website an exciting monthly Mavens Challenge.
Mm-hmm.
For January, it's a big one.
Yes, it's all about marketing and doing your marketing plan. And we'd like to see it for marketing for 2023. And it's the end of the month, so you need to get it in.
That's
soon.
right. So if you need some guidance, we do have an outline on our website under the resources.
Mm-hmm.
That shows there's a marketing outline there. There's some things about your USP and also
Unique
stuff
selling
about
proposition,
personas.
yeah, and
So-
personas, and how to put your marketing plan together. And even better,
Ooh,
tell them.
we will do a one-time free critique of your marketing plan and give you some feedback, maybe some ideas,
Mm-hmm.
and help you out,
Help you out. Just
empower
help
you to
guidance.
your success.
Yes, that is the key for 2023. We want to see you grow.
That's right, because we are the
Real marketing mavens. Real women,
Real stories.
real results. We're going to see you next week when the topic is, I forget.
GPS for business.
Okay. See you then.